50 history quotes that'll make a positive impact on you. 1. If you don't know history, then you don't know anything. You are a leaf that doesn't know it is part of a tree. Michael Crichton. 2. History is the sum total of things that could have been avoided. Konrad Adenauer. 2. History is the sum total of things that could have been avoided. Konrad Adenauer. 3. History is a vast early warning system. Norman Cousins. 4. Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. Edmund Burke. 5. We are not makers of history. We are made by history. Martin Luther King Jr. 6. If history were taught in the form of stories, it would never be forgotten. Rudyard Kipling. 7. History is not a burden on the memory, but an illumination of the soul. John Dalberg Acton. 8. You know the saying, he who doesn't understand history is doomed to repeat it. And when it's repeated, the stakes are doubled. Pittacus Lore. 9. That men do not learn very much from the lessons of history is the most important of all the lessons of history. Aldous Huxley. 10. History is who we are and why we are the way we are. David McCullough. 11. The farther backward you can look, the farther forward you are likely to see. Winston Churchill. 12. The past is malleable and flexible, changing as our recollection interprets and explains what has happened. Peter L. Berger. 13. A people without the knowledge of their past history, origin and culture is like a tree without roots. Marcus Garvey. 14. History is important. If you don't know history, it is as if you were born yesterday. And if you were born yesterday, anybody up there in a position of power can tell you anything, and you have no way of checking up on it. Howard Zinn. 15. History, despite its wrenching pain, cannot be unlived, but if faced with courage, need not be lived again. Maya Angelou. 16. Human history in essence is the history of ideas. H. G. Wells. 17. History is a wheel, for the nature of man is fundamentally unchanging. What has happened before will perforce happen again. George R.R. Martin. 18. A small body of determined spirits fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission can alter the course of history. Mahatma Gandhi. 19. I can't change history. I don't want to change history. I can only change the future. I'm working on that. Boris Becker. 20. One cannot and must not try to erase the past merely because it does not fit the present. Golda Meir. 21. Most of the things worth doing in the world had been declared impossible before they were done. Louis D. Brandeis. 22. History repeats itself, first as tragedy, second as farce. Karl Marx. 23. All great things must first wear terrifying and monstrous masks in order to inscribe themselves on the hearts of humanity. Friedrich Nietzsche. 24. Never doubt that you can change history. You already have. Marge Pierke. 25. I believe that we must maintain pride in the knowledge that the actions we take, based on our own decisions and choices as individuals, link directly to the magnificent challenge of transforming human history. Daisaku Ikeda. 26. We have it in our power to begin the world over again. Thomas Paine. 27. The past is really almost as much a work of the imagination as the future. Jessamine West. 28. There are still many causes worth sacrificing for. So much history yet to be made. Michelle Obama. 29. History isn't about dates and places and wars. It's about the people who fill the spaces between them. Jodi Picoult. 30. History is an endless repetition of the wrong way of living. Lawrence Durrell. 31. Life moves fast. As much as you can, learn from your history. You have to move forward. Eddie Vedder. 32. It's hard to throw away history. It was like you were throwing away a part of yourself. Jenny Han. 33. Most of us spend too much time on the last 24 hours and too little on the last 6,000 years. Will Durant. 34. Without words, without writing, and without books there would be no history. There could be no concept of humanity. Hermann Hesse. 35. Let us study things that are no more. It is necessary to understand them, if only to avoid them. Victor Hugo. 36. If you will read again what is written, you will see how it was. Black Elk. 37. The best prophet of the future is the past. Lord Byron. 38. People always fear what they don't understand. History proves that. Liba Bray. 39. The man who has no sense of history is like a man who has no ears or eyes. Adolf Hitler. 40. On the day when man told the story of his life to man, history was born. Alfred D. Vigny. 41. Whatever we do or fail to do will influence the course of history. Arthur Henderson. 42. Anyone who believes you can't change history has never tried to write his memoirs. David Ben-Gurion. 43. History can bring luck. This is what we can call optimism. Stefan Hessel. 44. History is information. Memory is part of your identity. David Miliband. 45. The history of the past interests us only insofar as it illuminates the history of the present. Ernest Dimnet. 46. What is history? An echo of the past in the future, a reflex from the future on the past. Victor Hugo. 47. If you want the present to be different from the past, study the past. Baruch Spinoza. 48. History never looks like history when you are living through it. John W. Gardner. 49. History is moving, and it will tend toward hope or tend toward tragedy. George W. Bush. 50. The so-called lessons of history are for the most part the rationalizations of the victors. History is written by the survivors. Max Lerner. Thanks for watching.